Okay, so I want to introduce y'all to my friend, Jeneen Mitchell. And Jeneen is the lifeblood behind Granny Mama's Creations. And she printed the shirt that I'm wearing, and also the 100 Voices t-shirts that y'all saw, and some coasters that she made for me for my birthday. So welcome, Jeneen. Thank you for being here to tell us about Granny Mama's Creations. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. And hello to the ladies that are on with us right now. Um, well, we'll start off by, I guess, talking about how Granny Mama's Creations came about. Um, Single mom, my nest was about to be empty. First one was off to college, and the second one was a senior in high school. So long story short, he was done with football for his senior year. And so a lot of my running around was just, it was gone. So really it was like, what am I going to do with myself? And then I started thinking about that he was going to be going off to college as well. So I honed into something that, well, the creative side of me that really had been laying dormant for a while. I would do it for a little while when they were in like Pee Wee football or cheerleading, Pee Wee cheerleading. I would kind of help decorate some things, but I just kind of never jumped into it because I was always busy following them. I'm that mom, and so I just decided that maybe I should do that. So I put a proposal together because the machine was kind of expensive and it was his senior year. So I'm like, I don't have money to do this. So I put a proposal together and presented it to a friend. And my friend hopped on board, really said, well, you didn't have to do the whole presentation thing, but I was like, no, I want you to see what I was going to do and how it was going to expand prayerfully. So from there, I got the machine and I let it sit. I was afraid of the machine, if you could understand that. But finally, I decided on New Year's Day, 2017, that I would pull it out. And when I pulled it out, it was just amazing. And so then all of my creative juices and everything started flowing. And from there, my first project was making what candy dishes is what I call them. I don't know if you guys will be able to see any of them, but that's kind of what I started out with. And then from there, it just kind of just grew into, I call it a monster, but it's a good monster. I do t-shirts. Right now, the biggest thing is that people are getting their mask and they want to, be able to identify. So I'm doing, well, I don't make the mask, but if the person has the mask and they give them to me, then I'll kind of create something for you, whatever it is that you want on them. Since the pandemic, laying in bed one night and decided I want to decorate the clock that was just plain that was in my room. So I ended up decorating him. That's my son. And then I was like, well, it's around graduation
Her son who
time.
turned 21 yesterday.
Yes. This is my daughter. She was the first one to leave. And so she turns 22 tomorrow. So it just kind of just expanded into the name, however, and then I'll go back to some other things that I've created. The name came actually, didn't really know what I wanted to name it. I knew I wanted to have creations in it. I didn't want it to specifically say candy dishes or glasses or tennis shoes. I didn't want it to just say that. And so the kids, they came up with naming it after my mom, who passed away. And so that's what they called her. She went by a whole lot of other names from other grandkids, but their specific name for my mom was Granny Mama, which then from there became Granny Mama's Creations by Jeneen. But I cut it short, but still on Facebook. I can be found on Facebook. It's Granny Mama's Creations by Jeneen, but most times I'm just Granny Mama's Creations.
Okay, so you're on Facebook and you're on Instagram?
Yes.
And
same thing.
So Granny Mama's Creations by Jeneen on Instagram, or just Granny Mama's Creations?
Granny Mama's Creations on Instagram and Granny Mama's Creations by Jeneen on Facebook.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording now so we can hop into the next part of our work together. However, I am really, really grateful for you being the first of our female-owned business spotlights. And I'll be sure to share this with you so you can share it however you want. And so we can get the word out about all the good stuff you do. It makes me very happy to support you.
Thank you.
And
I'm glad I was the first.
I don't know how to stop the thing, but I'm glad you were the first too.